What was your mom yelling at you about?
She was like, you need to hurry up or else you're gonna be late to the bus stop. And it was like 7:50-ish, not even, and my bus comes at around 8:05.
And what did you do when you saw that?
I got up and like I went over by the monitor and put my hands underneath it.
Why did you put your hands underneath the monitor?
Because I thought she was gonna break it.
What happened after you put your hands under the monitor?
She kicked me in my private,
Okay, can you be a little more specific?
in my balls.
Okay.
Court Uncut, what the people want.
Yes, Judge.
People against Elizabeth Martha Hodges, 25B703-140. Appearances.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people.
Michael A. Carmen, 273-824 on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
Ma'am, your name,
Elizabeth Hodges.
your appearance?
Detective Ronald Tar, Brownstown Police.
There's one count of domestic violence, assault or assault and battery upon one Mason Paul. Are you ready to proceed, Mr. Mohammed?
Judge, yes, we are ready to proceed.
Mr. Carmen,
Ready?
any preliminary matters?
Yes, Judge, I will request the mutual order of sequestration with an exception for the officer in charge.
All witnesses, with the exception of the officer in charge and the defendant, have to leave the courtroom. Are any of these two individuals going to be called as witnesses in the front row, Mr. Carmen?
Yes, Your Honor.
They are?
One.
Which
Well,
one?
I'm sorry, actually both.
Okay, I'm gonna have to have you both have a seat out in the hallway, okay? Any other preliminary matters?
I think so.
Mr. Mohammed?
Judge, my understanding is we're going to be introducing some photos that are stipulated to. We can do it during the hearing or if the court.
Whatever you want.
I will do mine during the hearing, but I'm letting the court know it's going to be 2 photos of the injuries that were taken on scene.
You can go ahead and hand those up if you want.
The thing is, it's on the computer.
You gotta get those in regular print. We can't mark
understand.
computers.
And I missed, yes, that's my fault.
Okay, so
I can put it either on the
Now-
screen.
I gotta have them marked. I can't mark a computer.
I understand. Is it okay if I email it?
Lisa, we're gonna email you photos. Can you have Will run those down, please, when you print those out?
Yeah, I'll print them. There's also someone on Zoom, Robin Loveday.
Yeah, that's a witness, correct, Mr. Carmen?
Who is it? Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So Will, if you wouldn't mind going down and getting those photos from Lisa. Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes to send.
Give me 2 minutes?
Yes, but we can proceed, but I'm gonna send it during that time.
All right. Any other preliminary matters, gentlemen?
No, not from the people.
Okay.
And not to the defendant, Your Honor.
Do you wish to give an opening statement?
No, Judge.
You waive?
Yes.
Any objection to that?
No, Your Honor, and we'll reserve.
Okay. Call your first witness.
Thank you. Mason Paul.
Oh, I got one. I'm sorry. Come on right up here, sir. How are you? Can you spell your name for me? Last name. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, so help you God. Wait a minute, you gotta go about 49 decibels louder. Do you swear to tell the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You understand you're under oath?
Yes.
Put your hand down, sit down, and I want you to understand, I gotta hear you. Okay? So your voice has to carry loud enough where if I'm sitting on the other side of that wall, I can hear you, okay?
All right.
Do it once for me, nice and loud. Just say your name again.
My full name or last name?
Both.
Mason Paul.
Okay. Do you think I could have heard you if you were on the other side of that wall? If I was on the other side of that wall?
Maybe.
What?
Maybe.
No. You got to go a lot louder, a lot louder. Say your name nice and loud, about as loud as I'm talking right now.
Mason Paul.
Okay, you got to go louder than that. Do it again.
Mason Paul.
All right. Keep your voice up nice and loud. How old are you?
11.
Do you understand the difference between telling the truth and a lie?
Yes.
If I said this robe that I'm wearing right now is purple, would you say that's the truth or is that a lie?
Lie.
Because it's not purple, is it? Is it?
Mm-mm.
I can't hear you.
No.
What color is it? What color is this?
Black.
Okay. Okay, I just need you to keep your voice up nice and loud for me, okay?
All right.
Mr. Mohammed, you can go ahead and proceed.
Thank you, Judge. And Mr. Paul, speak into the mic if you can, because it'll elevate your voice, it'll make you louder, okay?
Okay.
And speak as loud as you
Get
can.
nice and close to that. You're really soft-spoken and the judge is old. Okay, the judge is 66 years old, so I need you to keep your voice up, all right?
All right.
I don't want you to be scared. All you have to do is tell the truth, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Mason, can you please state your full name for the record?
Mason Stewart Paul.
Thank you. Mason, I'm going to take you back to the date of February 12th, 2025. Were you at the location 22064? And correct me if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly. Eileen?
Irene.
Eileen?
Irene.
Okay.
Irene,
Yeah.
thank you. And that's in Brownstown, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's in Wayne County, correct?
Yes?
Yes.
So you can't answer with mm-hms or uh-hs or simple nods of the head up and down, okay? We have to pick,
Okay.
see this young lady up here? She's taken down everything that is being said. And the only way she can do that is if you verbalize your responses. No mm-hms or uh-hs, okay?
Okay.
All right, just relax, nice and loud. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. And what is at that location?
My mom's house.
Okay, and who were you at that location with on that day? Who else was there?
My mom, me, and my sister.
Okay, now do you know the name of your mom?
Yes.
What is her name?
Elizabeth.
Okay, and do you see your mom here in the court today?
Yes.
Can you please point to your mom and point out the color of her shirt?
Black.
Your Honor, please let the record reflect that the witness has pointed to and identified the defendant by an article of clothing.
Record should so reflect.
Thank you. And did something happen on that day that brings, at that location that brings us here today in court?
Yes.
Okay, now walk me how that started.
I was getting my shoes on after I came
Nice and loud.
downstairs.
Getting your shoes on what?
After I came downstairs.
Okay, hang on. Close to the microphone. Getting your shoes on after what?
I went downstairs.
After you went downstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. And what happened next?
I couldn't get my shoes on and my mom was yelling at me like, hurry up, you're gonna be late.
Wait a minute. Wait, whoa. See, I know you're trying. Your mom was yelling at you and then your voice trailed off again. See that guy in the back? Act like you want him to hear you at least. There's no way he would have heard that.
Okay.
So nice and loud. You were getting your shoes on after you came up from downstairs, right?
Yes.
Your mom was yelling at you, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you. What was your mom yelling at you about?
She was like, you need to hurry up or else you're gonna be late to the bus stop. And it was like 7:50-ish, not even. And my bus comes at around 8:05. So I was like, I'm not gonna be late. And she kept on yelling at me to the point where I started crying. So I went downstairs and
Why did you go downstairs?
because I just wanted to get away from her and not hear her yelling in my ear.
Okay. And so when you went downstairs, what happened next?
She followed me downstairs and she pulled me off the couch. that we
Okay,
had
wait, before
downstairs.
she pulled you off the couch, so she followed you downstairs, and did she say anything at that time?
She was like, "Get upstairs, you're gonna be late, and you need to go to school." And I was like, I don't want to go to school, and I'm not going to school. And
Why did you not want to go to school?
because I was crying and I thought I was gonna get made fun of.
Wait a minute, I didn't hear that last few words. You didn't want to go to school because you were crying and what?
I thought I was gonna get made fun of for crying.
Okay, and why would you think the people at school would know that you were crying?
Because my face gets really red after I cry.
Okay, and what happened next?
She pulled me off the couch.
Okay, and why were you on the couch?
Because I wanted to be like away from her.
Okay, and why did you want to be away from her?
Because she kept on yelling at me and I was like
And you what?
scared. She kept on yelling at me and I was like scared of what she was gonna do.
Okay, and you said she pulled you off of the couch?
Yes.
How did she pull you off the couch?
She took my leg and pulled me.
She took your what?
My leg.
Your leg? And what did she do with your leg?
She pulled it.
Okay, how did she pull you off with your legs? Did she use both hands, one hand, do you remember?
Both hands.
Okay, and what did she do when she pulled you off the couch?
She was like, "Come on, you need to get upstairs so you don't miss the bus." And
Okay,
then I got back on the couch.
okay, why did you do that?
I just felt safer.
Okay, and what happened next?
She went over to my computer area and she grabbed my monitor and then
And do you use that computer?
yes,
What do you use it for?
gaming.
Okay, and when she went over to the computer monitor, what happened next?
She unplugged it and took it over by our basement cement and she took it over by the cement area.
And what did you do when you saw that?
I got up and like I went over by the monitor and put my hands underneath it.
Why did you put your hands underneath the monitor?
Because I thought she was gonna break it. Like,
Okay,
throw it down
and
smash it.
so what happened next after you put your hands under the monitor?
She walked over to by my washer and then or by the washer and I followed her and put my
You said
hands-
you thought she was gonna break it?
yes,
Why did you think that?
because she had it like this and I thought she was gonna like throw it down.
You're extending your arms up about at your forehead, right?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes,
And you thought she was gonna throw it on the ground?
yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. And what happened after you put your hands under the monitor?
She kicked me in my private,
Okay, can you be a little more specific?
in my balls.
Okay, and how many times did she kick you in that area?
Once.
Okay, and when she kicked you in that area, did she say anything?
I was crying more and she was like, "Oh, please, I didn't hit you that hard."
Okay, and what did you do when she kicked you in that area?
I went back over to the couch and like I was kind of leaned over.
Why were you
Like-
leaned over?
So because my area hurt,
Okay, and did you feel any pain?
yes.
Okay, and what happened next after you went to that area because it hurt? What happened next?
She pulled me off the couch again and
How
then
did she pull you off the couch again?
by my leg.
By your leg?
Yes.
Was it the same leg she pulled you off the first time with?
I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. And so what happened next?
She stood over me and took my hood and pulled it.
Okay, so you
So
were
I
wearing
was-
a hood at this time?
Yeah, I was wearing my hoodie. And then she started choking me.
Okay, wait. Before we get to that, so She grabbed you by your hood. Now, where on your hood? Do you remember?
Like the back part.
The back of your hood?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did she do when she did that?
She pulled it up and I was like choking.
Okay. And so did you have trouble breathing?
Yes.
Okay. And was she saying anything at this time?
I can't remember.
That's okay. That's a valid response. So you just say the truth, what you remember, and if you don't remember, I don't remember is an answer. Okay, and so what happened next? How long was she pulling your hood?
Maybe around 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay, 10 to 15 seconds. And then what happened next?
After she let go, I ran upstairs and
Why did you run upstairs?
to get out of the house,
Okay, why did you want to get out of the house?
to get away from her.
Okay, and who's her?
My mom.
Okay, and what happened next?
I went by like we have a playground in our complex, and I went there. And then
Why did you go there? Did you feel safe there?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what happened next?
I took out my phone and I tried to call my dad.
Okay, and I'm asking you some obvious questions, but I have to make a record and let the judge know exactly why you're doing some of these things. So, why did you call your dad?
To let him know what happened.
Okay, and what did you perceive happened? What did you think happened? What happened? What did you want to tell him?
That she choked me and kicked me in my private.
Okay, and so did you call him?
Yeah, but our phones were off and I wasn't connected to Wi-Fi, so it didn't ring.
Okay, and so what happened next?
Nice and loud, okay?
After like 10 or 15 minutes, the cops came and then the cop talked to me and then he put me in the back of his police car and then talked to my mom, and then the paramedics came and checked me out, and then the lady that took the pictures of my neck took me back to the police station, and then that's when my dad came and picked me up.
Okay,
Who called the police?
My dad,
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Are your parents still married?
No.
Judge, can you mark that? Judge, if it's okay, I'm gonna seek to introduce the photos. I'll lay foundation if necessary, but I believe there is a stipulation with defense. I've marked the two photos. They are in black and white, so if I can present it to the court through the proposed exhibits, and I could show the court from my laptop where it has it in color. I believe there's no objection from defense. There's a stipulation.
Do you stipulate to the admission of peoples 1 and 2?
So stipulation.
And that is what they're marked, correct?
Yes,
Peoples 1 and 2 are admitted.
thank you, Judge. My apologies, Judge.
Take your time.
Is it okay if I just, I approach, just show these two pictures? Yeah, that's fine. Judge, may I approach?
Mr. Carmen, he showed you those photos, correct, on his computer?
Yes, Your Honor, he did. We had a conversation prior and the defense would stipulate.
All right, so those are in color and you want to approach so I can see what you believe to be injuries on people's 1 and 2, correct, Mr. Mohammed?
Yes, Judge.
You can approach with those.
Thank you. And Judge, actually, I can lay foundation as well, just so that.
Go ahead.
Mason, do you recognize this photo?
Yes.
How do you recognize it?
That's my neck from after she pulled my hood.
Wait a minute, neck after what?
That's my neck after she pulled my hood in the house.
Okay.
And that is people's 1, correct?
Yes.
All right. What does people's 2 show?
It's also just another angle of the neck area, Judge.
Is that true, young man?
And what? How about this photo? Do you recognize it?
Yes,
How do you recognize it?
that's the back part of where the hood was.
Okay. And are these the photos that were of the marks that you sustained on this day in question?
Yes,
Okay, in these 2 photos, do they appear to be altered or changed in any way?
no,
So do you believe it to be fair and accurate representation of the injuries you sustained on that day?
yes,
And Judge, I know I have a stipulation, but I would motion to introduce it as well. And I'd
So
like
I'm
to
gonna
call
go, they've been admitted, people's 1 and 2. I'll take a look at the color photos. You can start with people's 1. Mr. Carmen, you've seen these, true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Judge,
Okay. Okay, thank you.
thank you.
But I need to have them in front of me if they're being the subject of questioning. Because I've seen them doesn't mean I have them memorized.
Well, that's,
They're right here on.
what, what do you want them to do? Those are the color photos. You tell me what you want them to do.
I just need a photo in front of me.
Well, here, they're in front of you.
You have, this is why you have to bring color.
I understand, Judge.
I have mine printed out already.
That I did not receive prior to today's hearing, but that's fine.
Do you have people's 1 and 2 in front of you?
No, I have nothing, Your Honor. These
Okay,
are mine.
listen,
Right, these are mine.
You don't have to be defensive. I just asked if those were yours. I
Yes,
see
these are
some.
mine.
Okay,
And you can use you can keep my laptop.
I thought they were being printed, that's all.
they
They were
were
printed-
printed, we don't have a color. My
Can I see the-
my judicial clerk does not have a color printer down there. Is there somebody you can send those to, Lisa, so that that has a color printer down there?
No, I checked with Amy. We don't have one.
Okay. and-
You're kidding.
Right here, man.
You can't afford a color printer here.
And they're in.
We
they're in
don't,
your-
we
All
don't.
right, okay.
I did-
All right, wait a second, guys. Wait. What is the issue? You 2 are quibbling over there, it sounds like.
Your Honor, I'm just asking to have the pictures in front of me in print so I can reference them as he's asking the witness about them. It's like the
Judge,
rules of evidence say.
Judge, we don't.
Stop. Please. You've asked this witness the question. If you have to walk back up and ask him about people's 1, you can show it to him, then you can go back. This is why you got to have color photos. Then you can do the same with people's 2, and they'll be in front of them, and I won't hear any quibbling here.
I understand.
Okay?
It is my mistake. I should have.
It's okay. Let's not talk about it. Let's move on.
All right.
Your Honor, it's just, this is a very critical part of this case.
What do you want me to do, Mr. Carmen?
I want you to strike the proposed exhibits.
You just stipulated to.
Well, I didn't know that there would not be color photos that I could access while he's asking the witness. about it.
Judge, they were emailed to defense counsel. He has access to them on his phone and his laptop. And the photos that he's introducing, I never even got. So I don't have a copy either.
Hang on, let's
So
not,
I'm gonna-
guys. Let's act like lawyers. You've got them in front of you. You can use his computer when you start to cross-examine the witness. If you want, he will stand at counsel at the podium, and you can look and see which ones he's questioning about. Okay?
Fair enough.
Fair enough? All right. But you did, for the record, stipulate to them, right?
Did, assuming I'd have copies of them in front of me to look at.
All right. Go ahead. Stop. Go ahead. Go ahead, ask your next question.
Thank you. No further questions.
All right, so you give Mr. Carmen your computer in case he wants to cross-examine with respect to Peoples 1 and Peoples 2 or both.
Mason, you said this is a picture of your neck on the morning that you were just testifying about, correct?
Which
Yes.
photo are you
I believe
referring
this
to?
is People's One.
Okay,
This is People's One. Okay. Do you remember about what time that photo was taken?
No.
Where was it taken?
In the cop car.
I'm sorry, in the what?
Cop car.
Okay,
What time of day was this?
Morning.
I can't hear you.
Morning.
Before you're supposed to go to school in the morning?
Yes.
And that's your neck?
Yes.
Okay. You're wearing a necklace, it looks like?
Yes.
Does your necklace ever rub up on the top part of your neck?
No.
No? Do you wear the necklace a lot?
No.
No? You sleep in it?
No.
You were just wearing it that morning?
Yes.
Okay, and this mark right here, that is from the hood where your mom, how exactly did she grab the hood?
The back of the hood and she pulled it up.
So right here, the back of the hood, like this, and pulled it up?
Mhm.
And
Is that a yes?
Yes.
that's what left this mark on your neck?
Yes.
Okay. Was there a mark on the back of your neck as well?
Yes.
Was there one on the front of your neck?
I believe so.
Believe so?
Yes.
This is People's too. That all, where, was that picture also taken at the same time?
Yes.
Okay, and it just looks like it's also just a mark on the side,
Yes.
but that's not from your necklace.
No.
Was there any markings on the front of you? Like if she would have pulled the hood back, did it tighten the front of your throat?
No, not really. It was on the side, but it was a little bit tight on my neck to where I wasn't able to breathe
Can you demonstrate with your collar right now how exactly she pulled it?
like this.
Okay, so hang on. So you're pulling the back of your collar, right?
Mhm.
Yes? And I want you to do that one more time for me. Was it with her right hand that she pulled it or her left hand?
I do not remember.
But you pulled the back of your collar, correct?
Yes.
So she pulled the back of your collar, but you didn't feel anything on the front of your neck?
I did feel a little bit of tension on my neck.
A little bit?
The
of tension
front.
On the front.
Yes.
Was it hard for you to breathe?
Yes.
How long was she pulling your hood like that for?
10 to 15 seconds.
Is that what you told the police?
They didn't ask for that.
Do you remember what they did ask you?
What happened?
And what was your recollection of what you told them, Mason?
The same thing that I told everybody here.
Did you tell the police that you were afraid of your mom?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Mason, let's go back to kind of the beginning of the morning. You said you were upset and crying. You were worried you're going to get made fun of at school,
Yes.
right? Did that have something to do with your shoes?
No.
It didn't have anything to do with the shoes you were wearing?
No.
Why were you worried about getting made fun of?
Because I was crying.
And then you also said that after you're crying, your face stays very red.
Yes.
Do you have any type of condition with your skin where your skin gets red easily?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
It's very sensitive to a lot of things. Like if
Whoa. Very sensitive to what?
a lot of things to where if you were to scratch it, it would welt up very fast.
Has it always been like that?
Yes.
Would that include your neck area?
Yeah.
Would that include just your entire body, front and back?
Yes.
Are there any examples you can think of to where something hit your skin and it welted up and got red very fast?
I was itchy and I scratched it and it welted up.
Okay, so it's very sensitive.
Yes.
Do you know what that's from? Is it an allergy or?
I have no idea.
Okay, but that's been happening for as long as
Yes.
you can remember, or how long?
Since I was probably 8 was when it got bad, but it's gotten a little bit better so far.
Okay, but you said
Or
since you were
since then.
8?
Yeah.
Mason, you said that at one point your mom kicked you in your balls
Yes.
when you were holding up a TV monitor.
No,
I'm sorry, a computer monitor.
when my hands were underneath it, so she didn't throw it on the ground.
Underneath it, right, I'm sorry. Did it hurt when she kicked you there?
Yes.
Did she kick you there how many times?
Once.
Forcefully?
Yes.
Did you recoil in pain? How did you react?
Yes. I stepped back and I was crying a lot more.
Were your hands still on the bottom of the computer monitor
No.
when you were kicked?
No.
Not at all?
No.
But you did say at one point your hands were holding the monitor up off the floor.
She was holding the monitor. I had my hands underneath the monitor, so she didn't throw it on the floor.
Okay, so after you were kicked, you said in the balls, you went back on the couch?
Yes.
Were there any marks on you in that area?
No.
So your mother forcefully kicked you in the nuts and there were no marks on you. I'm sorry, let me rephrase, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your mother forcefully kicked you in the balls, your testicles, right?
Yes.
But there were no marks on you,
I don't believe so.
even though you just told us you have this sensitive skin condition.
Yes.
If somebody punched or hit you otherwise in the past, has your skin ever turned red and irritated?
No. Not when I've been hit.
No?
No.
Even though you said you have this sensitive skin condition?
Yes, but it's if somebody if it's scratched or rubbed on.
But not kicked.
No.
Mason, do you play sports at all?
Yes.
What sport do you play?
I played football.
And have you ever been hit in football?
Yes.
Did there ever end up any red marks or swelling similar to what you just told us about?
No.
Have you ever seen a doctor about the red marks?
Yes.
Can you remember at all what the doctor said they were from?
They said that they have no clue or what it's from.
But it's a frequent thing.
Yes.
Mason, I'm going to show you a couple pictures, okay?
Okay.
You have those marked if you would, please,
Of course.
even if you don't move to admit them.
I gave you copies of each one, right?
Is there anyone you prefer? How many do you have there? 2?
Just 3, Your Honor.
3? Any ones you prefer to have defense 1, 2, 3 or not?
Just that the order I have
Okay.
discussion, please.
While you're doing that, I want to ask you a question. Do you play tackle football or flag football?
Exactly.
When you were having this dispute with your mother, were any of your sisters around?
My sister did come downstairs, but only for 30 seconds, and then she ran upstairs.
Which sister?
My sister Mia.
Mia?
Yes.
Was she downstairs when any of these kicking or pulling off the couch or tugging of your hoodie occurred?
No.
Not once?
No. She told me that she hid in the bathroom.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I follow up on those questions the court just asked?
Absolutely.
Mason, you said Mia did not see any of what happened?
No.
Said she hid in the bathroom?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
That's what she said.
Hang on a second. Were these photos, if they were, tell me, were they taken in January of 21?
Yes.
Well,
The year 21, Judge?
January 14 of 21, it says.
Yes.
Judge, I'm not sure. I see how that's relevant to the case. We have-
Go ahead and proceed with your questioning. I just wanted to make sure I was correct. That's the way it appears. He was significantly younger. He's 4 years younger. Go ahead.
How do you know that Mia was in the bathroom?
She said that.
She said that when?
To
Judge, I'm gonna object. This
She
is
said-
hearsay. Stop talking.
Any response? But he answered that on my question.
Yeah.
He interjected that.
No objection there.
on
So
his
that door's
own.
already open.
So,
That's not a rule. There's no rule that if somebody misses one objection, that the rest come
well,
in.
okay. I'm gonna allow it. Go ahead and answer the question.
she said that by me and my dad, I don't remember if it was in the car or at the house or my dad's house.
Okay, but later that day?
Yes.
Okay. So you asked her, were you in the bathroom? Or
No,
how did that come
but
out? Do you remember?
my dad asked her where she was when this happened.
Okay, and she said in the bathroom.
Yes.
Mason, here's, I'm sorry, defense's exhibit 1. Mason, do you recognize this? Is that you?
Yes.
Looks like it was a couple years ago,
Yes.
2021. It
Yes.
looks like you have some kind of red marks on your body.
Yes.
Are those kind of typical of what you told us about a little bit ago?
Yes.
Do you remember what caused those at all?
Me scratching.
Okay, just a lot of scratching?
Yes.
Okay. And this is the front of your torso, right?
Yes.
Defense's exhibit 2. So it's also the same type of marks on your back.
Yes.
And you see in the lower left portion, there's kind of like a raised mark.
Yes.
Is that, is that kind of like, was it like a welt?
Yes.
Okay, and is that also from just you scratching?
Yes.
Is that something that would commonly happen?
If I scratch in that place multiple times, it'll welt up like that.
And defense's exhibit 3, also, I'm sorry, the quality isn't the best, but you can see the red marks right there, kind of along like your,
Yes.
on the right side. So that would be your left side. I'm sorry, your right side, just like the ribs.
Yes.
Okay, same type of marks, right?
Mhm.
And those were from scratching as well.
Yes.
And you've seen a doctor about the skin condition, right?
Yes.
And you said your doctor isn't 100% sure
They
as to
ha-
what caused them?
No, they have no idea what caused it other than me just having sensitive skin.
Okay, but it's something frequent.
Yes. If I itch. Or
But there was
scratch.
nothing, there was no marks on your skin from what you testified that your mom did.
Other than when she pulled my hood.
Wait a minute, I didn't hear that. Other than what?
Other than when she pulled my hood. That's where I only had marks at.
Can you show us on your body right now, where exactly?
Right here.
Okay. But you testified she pulled the back
Yes.
and that caused the front collar to kind of pull back?
Yes.
Okay, but there was no marks on the front of your neck.
No.
Jason, did anybody talk to you about this case before trial today?
What?
Did your dad talk to you about it?
He told me what was gonna go on and like what pretty much how you guys are gonna like ask me questions about the day.
Did he tell you how to respond to those questions?
No.
He didn't tell you what you should or shouldn't say?
No.
Do you know if he told anybody else what to say or not say here in court?
I'm gonna object, Judge, that calls for speculation. what his dad may have done.
It's at least a
And-
lack of
and-
foundation or
and-
calls for speculation. Sustained.
Mason, did you hear or see your dad telling anyone else what to say? in court
Objection,
today?
hearsay.
He didn't ask for this, hang on. He didn't ask for the substance of the conversation. Overruled. Did you hear your dad tell anybody else what to say in your presence while they were in court?
No.
Mason, you said after this happened, you ran to the playground
Yes.
that's right next to your house?
It's in the middle of our complex.
Okay, how far from your house do you think?
Maybe about a few 100 yards.
Okay, was it cold out that day?
Yes.
What were you wearing?
A hoodie and a short sleeve t-shirt under that.
Okay, so your outer layer was just a hoodie?
Yes.
How long did you stay at the playground?
10, 15 minutes.
Weren't you pretty cold out there?
No. I was,
You weren't cold in the middle of
No.
February outside?
Judge, I'm gonna object. He's answered the question and I don't see how it's relevant. Whether he's. cold
Any
or not.
response?
Your Honor, just trying to get the story straight of how long he was at the playground. If he didn't go back to the house, if he was really in fear, I think it goes to credibility.
Didn't you ask about whether or not he was cold?
Yes,
Well,
I would stand up there in the. middle
Go
of the
ahead.
break
Go,
for
I get
15
it.
minutes.
Rephrase your question. I'll sustain that. Rephrase your question, please.
Mason, how long were you at the playground?
10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, and you stayed outside that long even though it was cold out?
Yes.
What happened next? Where did you go?
The police officer came and he spoke to me and then he took me to his car and put me in the back seat. Well, he talked to my mom.
And is that when you took the pictures?
Yes, he took a video of my neck and then the lady came and took the pictures of my neck.
Mason, before that happened, when you were still in the basement with your mom, did you push her at all?
No,
Did you kick her?
no,
Did you touch her in any way?
no,
Did you shove her?
Objection, ask and answer.
Answer the question, young man.
no,
You ever done so before?
That's not really, that's going a little bit out there now. I'm gonna ask you to move on.
Nathan, have you ever gotten in trouble for fighting with anyone else?
yes,
Where?
at school.
A lot.
Judge, I'm gonna object. I don't. see
Why
how it's
is this relevant?
All right, I'm gonna ask them about some potentially aggressive behavior in a mutual combatant at worst type situation, or being the initial aggressor here. That's what's written in the report.
Well, that's fine. You can ask them those questions, but in terms of whether he got in fights with another 8 or 9-year-old or 11-year-old is not really relevant here. So I'm gonna ask you to move on to that line of questioning. If that's where you intend to go with it, that's up to you.
Nathan, have you ever been aggressive towards your mom?
No,
Have you
I,
ever been aggressive towards any adult?
no,
Have you ever gotten in trouble at school for fighting or being aggressive?
yes,
More than once?
yes,
I'm gonna object, Judge. I don't see how it's relevant.
Aggressive, it goes temperament, your honor.
There's a Mayor's gone.
Yeah,
There's a difference between children having arguments and, being physical with one another and then a child and an adult. He indicated on the record, he's had no aggressive situations with an adult. I mean, we're all children once, we've all played on the playground, had disputes with other, may have wrestled once here and there. Doesn't make this child violent against his mom.
give me 1 second, please.
And also, I think we're going down the line of character evidence, if that's what.
Yeah, I know we are. Give me 1 second. I want to check something. Mr. Carmen, do you have a response?
Your Honor, I'll withdraw the question.
Okay.
Mason, have you ever accused anyone else of grabbing you by the hood like you're accusing your mom?
No,
Not another student?
no,
Not an adult?
no.
Can I give you 1 second? And Mason, I'm sorry, I know I've kind of asked this question before, if you've been to a doctor about your skin condition, do you know, was one of those doctors, was it an allergist?
I believe so.
Okay, and do you remember what?
But
the
Judge, I'm
doctor-
gonna object. That sounds like speculation. I believe, it sounds like he's not sure, so I
Does
don't.
it matter? I mean, he's acknowledged he has a skin condition. You're not gonna ask him what the doctor's telling him, are
I was
you?
gonna ask him if you remembered anything specific about what the allergist might have told
Well, that's still hearsay, right? Is it
Fair.
not?
him. I'll move on, Your Honor. Mason, how tall are you?
Objection relevance.
Overruled. How tall are you?
The last time I was measured, I was 5'4".
5'4"?
Yes.
About how much do you weigh?
Last time I weighed, I was 148.
148?
Yes.
Okay, and you're 11?
Yes.
How tall do you think your mom is?
Objection speculation.
You're not really trying to claim self-defense here, are you?
No, just trying to establish the heights and weights of the two people involved in the physical confrontation that's been testified by, Your Honor.
Judge, I have no objection to the defendant standing up and you making an assessment on yourself. I mean, it's. But
I'm gonna sustain the objection, ask that you move on.
Mason, so you played football?
Yes.
A lot of tackle, right?
Yes.
A lot of hard hitting?
Yes.
Did you ever get your head hit hard?
Yes.
Did you ever get any type of concussion?
Yes.
Okay, playing football?
Yes.
How did that happen?
We were doing pad drills where we hit each other with our pads. And I got hit really hard and my head smacked the ground really hard.
Okay, and when about was that?
I don't know.
Within a year, 2 years?
Maybe I don't know.
You don't know if it was in 2024?
It was in 2024.
Okay, so.
I can't hear
a
you.
year.
Young man, you gotta keep your voice up for me. It was in
Okay.
what year?
2024.
Before or after this incident?
Before.
Mason, did you have any other type of head injury that year?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that, please?
I got into a car crash with my mom at the beginning of the year.
Beginning of 2024?
Yes.
You know, did you get a concussion then too?
Yes.
So you got 2 concussions.
Forgive
within
me
year.
a second, Mr. Carmen. Why are we talking about prior concussions?
Now I'm gonna ask him if he felt any different behaviorally or mentally or emotionally after this concussion.
Ask your next question.
Mason, did you feel any different emotionally or physically or behaviorally after these concussions?
No.
Not at all?
No.
You didn't feel more aggressive,
No.
more angry?
No.
So Mason the concussions, you couldn't remember acting differently after them?
Judge,
before?
respectfully, I'm gonna object. I don't know.
I'm gonna sustain the objection. I'm gonna ask
Mason, did you
you.
ever have counseling in school?
No,
You never saw a counselor?
no.
Thank you.
Any redirect?
Yes. I'll keep it brief. So Mason, earlier on cross, defense counsel asked you some questions. And I believe you indicated that you were afraid of your mom. Why are you afraid of your mom?
Because she hit me and abused me.
Hang on, now wait a second. Are we talking about on that day or before it?
So I can ask the question better. Are you afraid of your mom specifically because of that specific day, or just in general, are you afraid of her?
That specific day.
Okay, and besides that specific day, are you afraid of her in general?
Not before that. I wasn't afraid of her, but after the incident, I was afraid of her, but not before that.
Okay. And why were you afraid of her?
He wasn't afraid of her until the incident.
Yes, I'm talking about after that date. Why did you become
What's
afraid?
that have to do with it?
Okay. So your skin, it turns red, not off the touch, but if there's rubbing or scratching,
Yes,
is it like a little bit of rubbing or is it like a lot? Can you give us an explanation?
like a lot of rubbing.
Okay. Now, prior to this incident where your mom grabbed the hood, did you have any welts on your neck?
No.
How do you know that?
Um,
Do you feel it when the welts
Wait,
come?
let him answer the
Oh, my-
question. How do you know that?
I feel the welts like because they're bumped up.
Okay, and you didn't feel them or see them prior to your mom grabbing your hood? Is that fair? Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And did you observe any signs of injuries on your mom on that day?
No,
Was she bleeding anywhere that you saw?
no,
Any marks on her face, her body?
no.
And after you left the house, did your mom pursue you? Did she come after you?
No,
Do you know what she did?
Objection,
No.
Your Honor, lack of speculation, lack of foundation.
Judge, I disagree. I asked him, do you know?
After he left the house.
What if
there's
he
a le-
saw her get in a car and leave? I don't know. That's,
I'm gonna sustain the objection.
all right, no further questions.
Any other questions, Mr. Carmen?
Mason, I asked you earlier if you ever saw a guidance counselor or a counselor at school.
I'm gonna object, Judge. We're going down the line of, it's not even relevant. I don't see. how
Let him
that's-
finish the question. I don't think it is either. But I'm gonna let you ask the question. Young man, after he asks his question, I don't want you to answer until I tell you you can, all right?
okay.
Go ahead.
Mason, I asked you if you'd ever seen a counselor at school, but I misspoke. Have you ever seen a counselor anywhere?
Don't answer yet.
Judge, I'm gonna object. I don't see how this is relevant to this case.
I'm gonna ask if it's about an anger issue.
Over sustained.
Mason, did your mom chase you out of the house that day?
No,
Yeah, that's all I have.
All right, young man, you can step down. I want to talk to the two lawyers in chambers, please.
We're gonna go off the record. We're back.
Let's go.
You just.
I just want to know if they can
You just motherfucker.
detect it. Yes, sir. Go get Mr. Muhammad in here. All I wanted to know was whether their witnesses could make it in a couple days, couple weeks. Lisa? I'm adjourning this to April 22nd at 1 o'clock. I'm told that Judge Hessen has a docket next week at 12:30, which involves Mr. Carmen. So,
Judge, I spoke with the officer. He
hang
can be
on.
here. Oh,
No, the defense lawyer isn't here. We're not even on the record. Will you please wait?
sorry.
I just wanted to know if they can do it in 2 weeks. August,
Yeah.
hang on,
Oh,
get Mr. Carmen in here.
sorry.
Recalling Elizabeth Mark Hodges, set 25B 703140. Mr. Carmen, your name?
Michael A. Carmen, 73824 on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
Mr. Mohammed?
Mohammed on behalf of.
Is everybody available, all the witnesses, 2 weeks from today, August or April the 22nd at 1 p.m.?
Yes, Judge.
Are yours?
Yeah.
We believe so, Your Honor, yeah.
What do you mean you believe so?
Yes.
Can my client go and ask and confirm?
I thought that's what,
It's okay.
Okay.
You said April 22nd?
1 p.m. That's when we'll start. We'll start promptly.
Even
April 20th.
potentially, there was one that was gonna be via Zoom today, Your Honor, that'll still be okay.
You guys agreed on that, right?
Yes.
I don't even know who this person is, I'll be honest.
She
Guys,
works for the school district.
I'm
Wait a
okay,
minute.
I'm okay with calling
Wait a
it who
second.
they think
Wait
is
a second.
necessary.
wait a second. Did I talk to you two about this before?
The witness?
Yeah. About allowing the
I
witness.
think-
Hang on. Guys, it's been a long day. I don't need people to interrupt me again. I just want to know, yes or no, did I talk to you about allowing the witness to appear by Zoom today?
Yes, Judge. And I
Did
don't
you
have an
agree to
object-
it?
Yeah, no objection.
All right, so the witness can appear by Zoom August 22nd at 1. Mr. Carmen, I'm handing you back your 3 proposed exhibits, or you're to take your 3 proposed exhibits. Counsel, Mr. Mohammed, you should have your peoples 1 and 2, and you should make sure that you have those color copied
I will.
before next time,
I will.
okay? Thank you.
Thanks,
See
Your Honor.
everybody on the 22nd.
Take care. Have a good evening.
Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss crazy courtroom moments like this one.